Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about a coin that might be resting quietly in your collection or even sitting unnoticed in a coin jar, the United States 5-cent coin from 1990 with the P mint mark. That's right, the 1990 P. Jefferson Nickel may look like your average coin, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth a small fortune. The 1990 P. Nickel was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is known for producing billions of coins every year. This particular 5-cent piece features the classic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and the iconic Monticello building on the reverse. But what makes this coin so special isn't its design, it's the rare and dramatic minting errors that have captured the interest of coin collectors around the country. These rare variations are not only intriguing to study, but they can also bring in astonishing amounts of money if they're in the right condition. One of the most exciting and desirable errors found on some 1990 P. Nickels is the full steps Monticello variety combined with a proof-like finish or doubling on the reverse lettering. Full steps refer to the steps leading up to Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. If all 5 or 6 steps are completely visible and sharply struck with no interruptions, this signals a coin struck with exceptional precision. When in 1990, P. Nickel displays full steps, collectors take notice, especially if the coin has other errors layered on top of that flawless strike, a highly sought-after error that makes the 1990 P. Nickel incredibly valuable is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned in the press, causing the design to shift off to one side, sometimes so far off that part of the coin is left blank. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the value, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. These off-center nickels are immediately recognizable and are often viewed as one-of-a-kind pieces due to their unusual appearance. Another fascinating and profitable error on the 1990 P. Nickel is the double die reverse, an error in which the lettering or details of the Monticello building appear to be doubled or shadowed. This doubling can be seen clearly under magnification and is most noticeable in the words E pluribus unum, Monticello, or United States of America on the back of the coin. These types of double dies are rare and extremely collectible, and their value only increases when they're found on well-preserved, uncirculated coins. Let's not forget about the broad strike error, which results when the coin is struck without the retaining collar in place, allowing the metal to expand beyond its usual borders. This gives the coin a stretched or flattened look, often missing its defined rim. When found in excellent condition, broad-struck coins can bring in strong offers from collectors who specialize in error coinage and appreciate these mechanical mishaps from the minting process. It's important to know how to properly identify these valuable 1990 P. Nickels. Start by examining your coin under a bright light or magnifying glass. Look for strong and crisp details on the Monticello steps and check for any signs of doubling in the reverse lettering. Inspect the coin shape to see if the strike appears off-center, or if the rim looks uneven or missing. Also, weigh your coin. It should be approximately 5 grams. Any significant weight difference could point to a planchet issue or a wrong metal strike, which would make your coin even more valuable. Condition plays a critical role in the value of any coin, and the 1990 P. Nickel is no exception. If you find one with a rare error in mint state condition, or better yet, professionally graded at MS 65 or higher, its value can increase exponentially. Clean, sharp details, no visible wear, and original mint luster are key indicators that your coin may be worth more than face value. Many serious collectors are willing to pay premium prices for these high-grade examples, especially when combined with dramatic minting errors. There have been some amazing auction results and private sales for rare 1990 P. Nickels, especially those featuring bold errors and pristine condition. In numismatic circles, these coins are becoming increasingly popular as collectors expand their focus beyond older dates and begin to appreciate the incredible value found in more recent coinage. The combination of rarity, error, and condition makes the 1990 P. Nickel a hot item, and the demand continues to rise. Now comes the most exciting part of all. Just how much could a 1990 Jefferson Nickel be worth if it has a dramatic mint error and is preserved in top-tier condition? Hold on to your seats, because a rare 1990 5-cent coin with a major error and in uncirculated condition has been known to fetch up to $35,000. Yes, you heard that right. $35,000 for a single nickel that may have gone unnoticed in everyday circulation. So, if you've got a collection at home, or even a handful of nickels sitting in a jar or drawer, take the time to go through them carefully. You could be holding onto a hidden treasure without even realizing it. And if you think you've found something unusual, a full steps reverse, a double die, or an off-center strike, drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear your story, help you identify your coin, and maybe feature your find in a future video. Second rare coin, we're putting the spotlight on the United States 5-cent coin from the year 1972, also known as the Jefferson Nickel. You might have one of these in your collection right now, and if you do, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1972 Jefferson Nickel was struck during a period when the U.S. Mint was producing coins in large quantities to keep up with economic demand. Millions of these nickels entered circulation, but as with all coins, not all of them were created perfectly. Hidden among the standard issues are rare varieties and mint errors that transform this common 5-cent coin into an extraordinary find that collectors are eagerly hunting down. It's these rare versions that we'll be focusing on today, and trust me, if you're a coin enthusiast, you're going to love what we uncover. The obverse side of the 1972 nickel features the familiar and dignified portrait of Thomas Jefferson, facing left with his iconic profile and the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1972 inscribed around him. On the reverse side, you'll see the beautiful image of Jefferson's estate, Monticello, along with the phrases "E pluribus unum," United States of America, and the denomination 5 cents. While the design might seem typical, what sets some of these coins apart are their error characteristics and striking anomalies, which we'll now dive into. One of the most exciting and collectible errors found on the 1972 nickel is the double die reverse. This means that during the minting process, the coin was struck by a die that had been engraved twice at slightly different angles, creating a doubling effect in the design. On the reverse, look closely at the words "E pluribus unum" or "Monticello" for noticeable doubling of the letters. If this doubling is bold and easily seen with the naked eye or a magnifying glass, you could be holding a highly valuable variety that collectors are desperately searching for. Another error that makes the 1972 nickel incredibly valuable is the off-center strike, which happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned in the striking chamber. This results in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted significantly to one side. The more off-center the coin and the more of the date and design that is still visible, the rarer and more desirable the coin becomes. These visually striking errors are not only impressive but can command premium prices on the collector's market. The 1972 Jefferson Nickel is also known for some striking die break errors, often referred to as cuds or die chips. These occur when a portion of the die cracks or breaks off during minting, causing extra metal to appear on the coin in unusual places, like near Jefferson's profile or along the edge of the Monticello building. These die break varieties are completely unique to each coin and are seen as fascinating minting anomalies that can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and value. Perhaps the most elusive and valuable error involves the wrong planchet strike, where a 1972 nickel was accidentally struck on a coin blank intended for a different denomination. For example, if a Jefferson nickel was struck on a cent or dime planchet, the size, weight, and even the coloration of the coin would be noticeably different. These mismatched planchet errors are extremely rare and always attract strong interest from serious collectors because they represent a major minting mishap that slipped through quality control. Identifying these rare errors doesn't require high-tech equipment. Just a sharp eye, a little patience, and maybe a good magnifier. Examine your 1972 nickels carefully, especially looking for doubling in the reverse lettering, off-center features, die chips, or anything that looks out of the ordinary. If something stands out or looks unusual, it's worth further investigation, because these are the signs that separate the valuable finds from the average coins. Condition is absolutely key when it comes to value. A 1972 nickel that features one of these dramatic errors in uncirculated or mint state condition is far more valuable than a circulated example. Coins that have been carefully preserved and graded by professional services, such as PCGS or NGC, are especially prized in the market. Collectors are often willing to pay a hefty premium for coins graded MS 65 or higher, particularly when they display rare errors or full-step details on the Monticello steps. And yes, full steps are another important feature to watch for. If your 1972 nickel shows all 5 or 6 steps of Monticello clearly and without breaks, it means the coin was very well struck. These full steps nickels, especially when combined with mint errors, represent the highest tier of desirability among Jefferson nickel collectors. They're harder to find, and when you do find one, it can be the crown jewel of your collection. Auction houses and private collectors have already paid big bucks for the rare 1972 nickels that tick all these boxes: clear errors, full steps, and high-grade condition. These coins aren't just valuable because of their metal content, they're valuable because they're rare pieces of minting history, cherished by collectors, admired for their imperfections, and increasingly hard to find in such remarkable condition. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much can one of these rare 1972 Jefferson nickels actually sell for if it features a major mint error and is in top-notch condition? Get ready, because collectors have paid up to $61,000 for a single 5-cent coin from this year. That's right, $61,000 for a nickel that once might have slipped through your hands unnoticed. This is why coin collecting remains one of the most thrilling hobbies and investments in the world. So check your change, search your drawers, and pull out those old coin rolls. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. And if you've come across a unique 1972 nickel or want help identifying an error coin from your collection, drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors uncover the true value of their hidden gems. Third expensive coin. We're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1984 with the P mint mark, a Jefferson nickel that may appear ordinary, but can actually be worth a small fortune under the right conditions. So if you love hidden treasures, numismatic mysteries, and real-world collectibles with serious value, you're in the right place. The 1984 P. Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the busiest mints in U.S. history. This coin features the classic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his legendary estate, Monticello, on the reverse. It's a design known to nearly every American, and while millions were produced that year, only a tiny fraction of those carry the characteristics that make them stand out to collectors. And it's those rare versions that are not only intriguing, but can also bring incredible returns if discovered in excellent condition. What makes the 1984 P nickel so valuable isn't just its age. It's the rare mint errors that occurred during its production. One of the most sought-after errors seen on this coin is the double die obverse. This is where Jefferson's portrait, as well as the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," appear to be doubled. If you spot a shadow-like doubling in the lettering or along Jefferson's jawline or hair, you could be looking at a prime example of a valuable error coin. These errors are born during the die-making process and are incredibly rare, making any coin that shows them instantly more desirable to collectors. Another remarkable error found on the 1984 P nickel is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted significantly to one side. Off-center nickels with visible dates are especially collectible, and the more off-center the design, the more unique and valuable the coin becomes. A dramatic off-center strike can transform an ordinary 5-cent coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible that commands serious attention in the marketplace. Die break errors, often referred to as cuts, are another feature that can add major value to your 1984 P nickel. These occur when a portion of the die breaks or chips away, causing extra metal to appear on the coin in unusual and unexpected places. These raised lumps or blobs of metal may look like flaws, but they're actually factory-born anomalies that collectors love for their unpredictability and uniqueness. Every cut error is different, making each coin with this error a unique specimen worth examining. A few incredibly rare 1984 P nickels were also struck on the wrong planchet. meaning the coin was minted using a blank intended for another denomination. For example, if a nickel was struck on a dime or penny planchet, it would be the wrong size or color, immediately setting it apart from the rest. These types of planchet errors are especially rare and are prized by advanced collectors who specialize in U.S. mint mistakes. Coins like these often make headlines when they appear at auction due to their extreme scarcity. One important feature that adds to the desirability of a 1984 P. Jefferson nickel is the presence of full steps on the Monticello building. The steps on the reverse must appear clearly and unbroken in order to qualify as full steps, and these are typically only found on coins that were struck very sharply and have seen little or no circulation. A 1984 P nickel with full steps, especially when paired with an error such as doubling or off-center strike, can make a massive impact in the coin collecting world. Collectors use several methods to assess the value of their coins, starting with close visual inspection. If you suspect that your 1984 P nickel might be a valuable variety, use a magnifying glass or coin loop to inspect it carefully. Look for signs of doubling, off-center features, die cracks, or planchet abnormalities. The next step is to check the coin's weight. Standard Jefferson nickels should weigh around 5 grams, so any deviation could signal a striking on the wrong planchet. Finally, consider having your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and assign it a market-accepted value. Coins in top condition always perform better in the collector market. An uncirculated 1984 P nickel with sharp details and no visible wear can fetch significantly more than a circulated example. Especially when combined with a known mint error, a high-grade coin becomes a standout collector's item that is both rare and in high demand. Collectors often seek out these combinations of rarity and condition for investment, display, or personal achievement in their collection-building journey. Recent auctions have shown a growing demand for Jefferson nickels with errors, especially from the 1980s era. As more collectors turn their attention to modern coins, the market for coins like the 1984 P nickel has never been hotter. Rare varieties, once overlooked, are now being recognized for their historical value, uniqueness, and collectability. There are even reports of enthusiastic collectors paying top dollar for coins that match specific minting anomalies, especially when they're preserved in pristine condition and come with certified grading. And now, for the part everyone's been waiting for, the big reveal. Just how much can a rare, error-filled, high-grade 1984 P. Jefferson nickel be worth on today's collector market? Hold on to your seat, because one of these coins has been known to sell for a stunning $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a 5-cent coin that most people would overlook in a handful of change. This is exactly why coin collecting is so thrilling. It turns everyday objects into valuable historical artifacts. So, if you have a few old nickels lying around, or you're just starting to get into the hobby, be sure to keep an eye out for the 1984 P. Jefferson nickel. It could be the hidden gem you've been searching for all along. And if you think you've found one with a rare feature, let us know in the comments. We'd love to help you identify it and maybe even share your find in a future episode. Especially, we're talking about none other than the United States 5-cent coin from 1964 with the D mint mark, better known as the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel. This is not just any nickel. This is a piece of numismatic history with the potential to turn ordinary into extraordinary. The 1964 D nickel was produced during a time of transition in U.S. coinage. This was the final year the U.S. Mint used 75% copper and 25% nickel in this traditional format before significant changes in coin production began to unfold in later years. The Denver Mint, marked by the D under the date, struck over 1.7 billion nickels that year. Yes, billions. But despite the huge mintage, only a few carry the rare characteristics that elevate them from common currency to prized collectibles. And those rare coins, my friends, are what we're uncovering today. So, what exactly makes some 1964 D nickels so valuable? It all comes down to mint errors and die varieties, the hidden details that many collectors miss unless they know what to look for. One of the most valuable and exciting errors found on the 1964 D nickel is the double die reverse. If you look closely at the reverse side of the coin, where Monticello is engraved, you may notice doubling in the words E pluribus unum, United States of America, or even in the denomination 5 cents. These doubling effects were caused by a misalignment during the die creation process and are highly sought after by collectors due to their visual impact and extreme rarity. Another rare and desirable error found in 1964. D Nickels is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during minting, causing the image to shift noticeably to one side. If the strike is off by 10% to 50% and the date and mint mark are still visible, the value of that coin can skyrocket. These types of errors are particularly exciting for collectors because they're easy to identify, dramatic in appearance, and every off-center coin is unique in its own right, one of the most impressive and high-value features on the 1964 D nickel is the presence of full steps on Monticello. This refers to the architectural steps leading up to Jefferson's estate on the reverse of the coin. If all 5 or 6 steps are clearly visible and unbroken, your coin qualifies as a full steps designation, something that significantly boosts its value, especially in uncirculated condition. Only a small percentage of 1964 D nickels display full steps because most coins that year suffered from weak strikes due to overused dies. There are also extremely rare instances of wrong planchet strikes, where the 1964 D nickel was mistakenly struck on a coin blank meant for a different denomination, such as a penny or even a foreign coin. These types of errors are extraordinarily rare and highly valued by serious collectors. Such anomalies often result in a nickel with incorrect weight, unusual coloration, or a smaller size, all of which can be verified through careful inspection or professional grading to properly identify these valuable features. Take a close look at your 1964 D nickels using a magnifying glass or a coin loop. Focus on the reverse lettering for any signs of doubling. Examine the rim for signs of an off-center strike. Use a scale to weigh the coin. It should be close to 5 grams, and any significant deviation might hint at a wrong planchet error. Lastly, inspect the steps on Monticello with precision. Are they fully defined from left to right? If so, you might just have something special in your hands. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A circulated 1964 D nickel with errors will still have value, but an uncirculated version, especially one that has been graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services, can command enormous interest and bring in big money at auctions. Coins preserved with strong detail, luster, and original mint sheen are always in demand, especially when they also display rare errors or features. Over the years, rare 1964 D nickels have stunned collectors and auction houses alike. Coins with clear double die reverses and full steps in mint condition have brought eye-popping bids, setting records that continue to rise as interest in Jefferson Nickels grows. These aren't just pieces of metal, they're pieces of history, shaped by the hands of time and the quirks of the minting process. Collectors are paying more attention to this date and mint mark combination than ever before, and the demand is only getting stronger. So now, the moment you've been waiting for: how much could one of these rare and remarkable 1964 D nickels be worth in today's market? If you find a coin with strong error features, such as a bold double die reverse, a dramatic off-center strike, or is struck with full steps in pristine mint condition, you could be holding a coin that's worth as much as $150,000. That's right, $150,000 for a single 5-cent coin that could have easily gone unnoticed in circulation. Don't overlook the power of the coins in your collection. Start checking your 1964 D nickels today. Look for those steps, search for doubling, and pay attention to weight, alignment, and condition. If you think you've found something extraordinary, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about your finds and help you determine if your coin might be the next big discovery. Last unique coin, we're diving into an often overlooked gem that could be hiding in your pocket or coin collection: the United States 5-cent coin from 1979. This nickel might look ordinary at first glance, but listen very carefully because this coin holds some fascinating secrets that make it highly sought after in the numismatic world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, This video will give you all the exciting details about why the 1979 nickel is in high demand and how it could be worth much more than its face value. The 1979 nickel was minted during a period when the United States Mint produced billions of these coins for everyday transactions. But not all nickels were created equal. Among these coins, some carry rare and extraordinary features or minting errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors around the world. This is what separates a typical 1979 nickel from a collector's prize. The key lies in spotting subtle details, such as die varieties, doubling errors, and even rare off-center strikes that make certain examples worth a small fortune. One of the most fascinating errors to look for on the 1979 nickel is the double die obverse or double die reverse. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice with a slight misalignment, resulting in noticeable doubling of letters and numbers on the coin's face or back. For the 1979 nickel, collectors are especially on the lookout for doubling in the inscriptions like Liberty, the date 1979, or E pluribus unum. Coins exhibiting these characteristics have become highly desirable because they are both visually striking and relatively rare, making them stand out dramatically among the millions minted that year. Another prized feature that coin collectors hunt for is the off-center strike. When a blank coin planchet slips slightly out of alignment during the striking process, it creates an off-center coin with part of the design missing or shifted. This error transforms an everyday coin into a unique piece of minting history. The 1979 nickels with off-center strikes can vary widely in the degree of misalignment, and the more dramatic the shift, the higher the value collectors place on these coins. These off-center nickels are popular because no two are exactly alike, making each one a one-of-a-kind collectible. Then there's the die cracks and die breaks, which occur when the dies used to strike coins start to develop cracks due to wear and tear. These cracks leave raised lines or imperfections on the coin's surface. On the 1979 nickel, these anomalies can sometimes be seen around the rim, lettering, or even on the image of Monticello on the reverse. Die cracks add an element of uniqueness and rarity that collectors love to chase, especially when they are sharp, clear, and well-defined. Condition also plays a massive role in the value of the 1979 nickel. Coins in mint state condition with full luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are incredibly rare because most circulated nickels have some degree of handling damage. When an error coin like a double die or off-center strike is found in mint condition, it exponentially increases its value. Professional coin grading services have certified such coins with top grades, and these certified mint state 1979 nickels have recently fetched amazing prices at auctions, further fueling the enthusiasm of collectors worldwide. Collectors worldwide have been keeping a close eye on auction houses where 1979 nickels with rare errors have recently been sold for impressive sums. The rarity, combined with the uniqueness of each error, drives competitive bidding, turning these nickels into prized investments and sought-after collectibles. If you have a 1979 nickel in your collection, it's always worth examining it closely for any unusual features. You might just have a hidden treasure, so if you think you found a 1979 nickel with any doubling, off-center striking, die cracks, or exceptional condition, make sure to get it appraised and consider having it professionally graded. These little coins continue to fascinate collectors and investors alike, and their demand remains consistently strong in the numismatic community. Now, the big reveal. A 1979 nickel with the right rare errors and in excellent condition can be worth as much as $40,000. Yes, $40,000 for a 5-cent coin that many people may simply overlook. This stunning value shows just how powerful the collector's market is for rare, well-preserved, and error-rich coins from everyday circulation. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1979 nickel and want to share your finds or questions, please comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping you uncover the secrets behind your coins. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next big treasure. Thanks for watching, keep hunting, and remember, sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight.